This version of the Liebherr HTM904 mixer is mounted on a Mercedes-Benz Actros chassis, and the model is in the colours of Kammel, a German company. It comes in an NZG branded box, so you can see the model inside, and there's no information about the real machine on the box. When you pull the inner packaging out of the outer box, you see that the model is held in place by a clear plastic former, and that's taped in place. So after a bit of action with a knife, you can cut the tape, and then that frees the top cover, and when you lift that, you see that the model is actually resting in a grey soft material. There are no instructions with the model, and that's because there's no assembly to do either. The complete truck is fully assembled in the box, and so you can immediately display it. The chassis is reasonably good. The front linked steering is just functionally modelled, and it looks like the same tyres are used on all of the wheels. On the rear axles, the suspension and transmission is modelled in metal. However, the wheels look good with the wheel nuts finely detailed. The cab detailing is generally very good with roof aerials and mirrors, and the lights have plastic lenses, and it's always good to see that there's a number plate on the vehicle. The quality of the graphics is very good. There's a fleet number on the side of the cab, and there's a tiny BlueTech badge next to the door handle. Behind the cab, the exhaust stack is plastic, but it doesn't have a hole in the pipe. But the water tank looks good with the Liebherr name. On the opposite side, there's a small equipment tower, and that's all plastic. The mixer drum itself is metal, and it's beautifully painted with excellent graphics. Moving to the rear of the truck, the chute and all of the other equipment is modelled in metal, although perhaps the handrails are just slightly too fat. Moving down, the wheel arches are all metal, and the lights at the back look really good because they've got little plastic lenses, and again the number plate adds to the detail. Putting the truck through its paces on the test track, and it rolls just fine in a straight line. There's no suspension on the rear axles, but the linked steering does work very well, and you can get a good sharp angle on the steering, and it still rolls very nicely when it's turning a corner. This is a truck mixer, and the drum normally turns, and on the model that's been implemented very well, and it turns really smoothly, and it's nice to actually give it a spin. At the rear of the truck there are another couple of features on the mixer equipment. There's a little fold down access ladder which you can use to climb to the top and wash out the drum, and there's also a chute which can be turned through pretty much 180 degrees to discharge the concrete. This is another nice mixer truck model from NZG. It certainly looks really good in the colours of Kammel. The detailing is good, and it's got some reasonable functionality. If you want a truck mixer, then it's recommended.